Can you look at a heifer and from her appearance judge with reasonable accuracy what kind of a producer she will be? How well she'll provide milk and butter fat? You can if you're a good dairy judge. You consider her origin, breeding, her conformation, the reputation of her present owner, her age, and how well she appears to have been fed since birth, and of course, the price. Then you make your selection, knowing that on your good judgment may depend the difference between a poor producer and a good producer. You can judge a tractor, too, in advance of purchase, and like selecting a dairy animal, your returns from its purchase will depend much on several things. So consider the tractor's origin, the reliability and reputation of the manufacturer, and the reputation and service facilities of the dealer who sells it. Consider the performance records of other tractors of the same make and model. At displays and in literature, you have an opportunity to inspect the internal working parts. Close inspection will suggest how well the tractor is built, its durability, and probable dependability through years of use. You can sit on the seat and judge for yourself how well the tractor is built for your comfort and convenience, and that of other operators. You are especially interested in the adaptability of the tractor to a wide range of power jobs, such as moldboard plowing or disc plowing. Adaptability to spike tooth or drag harrowing. Disc harrowing demonstrated by the front outfit, and roller packing and smoothing the seed bed by the rear tractor. Adaptability to hauling manure and pulling other loads around the barn. Hauling brush in the orchard. Adaptability to windrowing grain or seed crops before combining. Pulling and driving the combine through the tractor's power takeoff. And adaptability can be determined by the application of the tractor's power at 6 distinct points. Point number 1 is quick coupling of rear-mounted implements to the tractor. Here's how the Eagle Hitch provides quick coupling. The tractor is fitted with hydraulic-controlled draft arms, which are also connecting points for the implements. A third connecting point holds the implement at the desired working level. Thus you have a sturdy 3-point coupling for the implements, which are built with 3 connecting points to match. Now let's have a real close look at the connecting member on one of the lifting arms. Looks like an eagle's claw, and its grip is just as firm. It greatly simplifies changing implements. The tractor operator can quickly uncouple from one tool, and in a few minutes the tractor can be hooked to another. As the tractor is backed into position, the operator drops the draft arms with the hydraulic control lever to place the eagle claws below the hitch pins of the plow. With twin cords, the operator opens the eagle claws. And with the hydraulic control lever, hooks the claws to the implement hitch pins and drops the latches in place. Then, by merely inserting a pin, he secures the third connecting point, using the turnbuckle, if necessary, to line up the pinholes. The hydraulic control raises the plow for transport, and the operator is on his way to the field. The amazing simplicity of coupling the tractor to the plow is duplicated in attaching a wide range of other machines adapted to this type of construction. For its ability to work soils that are extremely loose, hard, stony, sandy, or gravelly, this disc plow is favored in many sections. On rich muck soil, the disc plow turns under a heavy growth of weeds. The rear mounting bar is designed to support combinations of discs and shovels for different jobs. Fitted with shovels, it serves as a field cultivator. The operator can employ as many standards and shovels as desired, depending on soil conditions and depth of cultivation. He can install broad 22-inch sweeps for stubble mulch tillage if desired. It is highly important that any all-purpose tractor be readily adapted to a wide range of wheel spacing for the planting and cultivating of row crops from 12-inch rows on up to the wider spaced crops, such as beans and corn. With standard rear axles, this tractor's wheels can be spaced at any point from 48 to 80 inches apart, and with special rear axles up to 88 inches. Thus, the tractor is well adapted to planting and cultivating many crops, such as table beans or peas. 4 rows are being planted between the rear tractor wheels. The large cans are for fertilizer. While planting beans, this operator is also opening irrigation furrows and applying fertilizer, all in one operation. Planting corn. Here, 2 wide-spaced rows are being planted between the rear wheels of the tractor. The front tractor wheel is centered between the rows. Cultivating soybeans. Cultivating sugar beets. Now, the second important point of power application on a tractor, a quickly attached front master frame for planting and cultivating implements. The master frame is quickly coupled to the tractor and is held rigidly in place by a set screw and expanding wedge. A range of implements for planting and cultivating can be fitted to the master frame. This middle buster is one of the implements used in many sections of the South for throwing up middles or beds preparatory to bed planting. This unit is planting on beds thrown up by the middle buster. Many other types of planting equipment can be employed, including surface planting and furrow planting. Observe that the front-mounted cultivating units of this tractor are in clear view of the operator. This is the most important advantage of front-mounted tractor units. Notice also that the operator has instant and precise control, enabling him to follow the rows with extreme accuracy. Our discussion of the 2 preceding power application points were 1, quick coupling for rear-mounted implements, 2, front master frame for accurate planting and cultivating. Both characteristics involve a third application of the tractor power, hydraulic control, to raise, lower, and adjust the working depth of implements, whether mounted on the tractor or pulled from the drawbar and trailed behind. The heart of any hydraulic system is the gear pump. The pump on this tractor is driven direct from the engine and operates whenever the engine is running. Oil, under pressure, is controlled by a lever-adjusted valve mechanism, which applies the pressure against a ram in a cylinder to raise implements. The leather cup at the top of the ram is neoprene treated to give a tight seal. To lower implements, the valve releases the oil pressure. And now observe that the action is fast, or slow and precise, depending on how you adjust the control lever. And you can stop the draft arms at any desired point. The hydraulic control on a good tractor is not limited to the operation of mounted implements. Hose lines can be quickly coupled to lead from the tractor's hydraulic system to a portable hydraulic cylinder mounted on the implement. The cylinder is standard for different machines of all manufacturers, complying with specifications set forth by the American Society of Agricultural Engineers and the Farm Equipment Institute. Not all tractor work is field work. In fact, on many farms, power jobs around the barnyard are very important. Many of these operations require belt work, and so our fourth important point of tractor power application is at the belt. Years of experience prove that a right-hand belt pulley located ahead of the operator provides the easiest, fastest lineup to belt-driven machines. Belting up is simple with this construction. Sighting along the hood, the operator drives into position and puts the belt on the pulley. The rotating pulley quickly tells him that he is properly lined up as he backs up to tighten the belt and locks the brakes. Your tractor should be so designed that you can operate belt-driven machines at any practical angle. You might wish to operate a machine on a level below the tractor, or even overhead. This tractor belts at a wide range of angles. This cutaway shows how the belt pulley shaft is geared to the tractor's main drive shaft. When not in use, the pulley can be disengaged. The fifth, and for most farms a very important point of power application, is at the power takeoff for driving the working parts of the machines which the tractor pulls. A centrally located power takeoff between the wheels conforms to ASAE and FEI standards. It is not more than 9 inches above the drawbar. This reduces to a minimum the angling of the drive shaft when the outfit is traveling over rough ground or turning. And now let's see how power is transmitted from the tractor to the machine it pulls. The cutaway shows the tractor's central main power shaft, which is geared to the splined power takeoff shaft at the extreme right. The convenient handle engages or disengages the mechanism. The splined shaft and connecting members are shielded for safe operation. The power shaft should always be shielded for safety. Yes, a convenient power takeoff connection is an important judging point of a tractor. A combine hookup demonstrates this point. Many other machines, binders, windrowers, field forage harvesters, corn pickers, mowers, and others are power takeoff driven. The sixth point of power application is the adjustable drawbar. The drawbar of the most efficient and dependable type of tractor is separate and completely removed from any other point of power application. The drawbar can be locked rigid for plowing or set to swing through a wide arc for pulling heavy loads on sharp turns. And steering is easier. Less tractor power is required and the disc trails better. Notice how the operator, without effort, straightens the disc gangs to non-cutting, then just as easily angles the discs when the turn is completed. The drawbar should be self-locking to keep the hitch from jackknifing when backing the outfit. Pulling a rotary hoe is another field operation where a swinging drawbar comes in handy. The same is true of the disc, the spike-tooth harrow, and other tools. Incidentally, these outfits are covering a lot of acres in a few hours. Rain or shine, the field will be ready at planting time. In judging a tractor for adaptability, therefore, consider 6 points of power application. 1, quick coupling to rear-mounted implements. 2, a rigid front-mounted master frame to support easy-to-see and guide row planters and cultivators. 3, hydraulic controls to raise, lower, and adjust the working depth of tractor-mounted implements or those trailed behind. 4, a right-hand belt pulley for easy, accurate lineup to belt-driven machines. 5, a central power takeoff. And 6, an adjustable drawbar, which can be set rigid or allowed to swing as desired. And there are other considerations in judging a tractor. What about its durability? How well is it built? How long will it last? How well does it perform on the heavy pulls? Here, as in judging a heifer, you must depend pretty much on history and reputation, although inspection of the working parts may give you a clue. Most heavy-duty tractor engines are of the valve and head type with full pressure lubrication. This engine was specially designed for heavy-duty farm work. It hangs on to the load on heavy pulls. Judging points for a transmission are simplicity and durability. Here's what happens inside when you shift gears. First gear. Second. Third. Fourth. And reverse. Having the differential ahead of the rear axle reduces tooth pressure and wear and provides high leverage assisting brakes. This cutaway also shows the central location of the power takeoff shaft. The best test for performance, however, is actual farm operation. Ask your dealer for a demonstration. Operate the tractor yourself at full load on an uphill slope. Try out every claimed advantage. Talk with present owners about the tractor of your choice. Ask them about fuel economy, work done, and the dealer's reputation for service. And in your contact with your dealer, ask him for figures based on actual owner records, indicating the tractor's capacity for different types of work, fuel consumed, and service costs that may be anticipated through a period of years. Just like you judge cattle, you can judge a tractor pretty well by inspection and information on its history. Perhaps you are not in the market for a dairy animal but want one of the beef types. And when it comes to tractors, you may not be as interested in an all-purpose tractor as in an orchard or grove model. In that case, there will be other judging points to consider. The tractor should have a low seat and be well shielded to protect tree limbs. The owner of a grove tractor, too, wants quick-mounted implements. Your farm work may not require either an all-purpose or orchard model. For general field work, easy maneuvering around buildings, and hauling loads on highways, the standard four-wheel tractor may be your choice. Growers of narrow row crops may prefer a tractor with a single front wheel to clear close-spaced rows and for short cramped turning as required in irrigated sections. Your type of farming may require a high clearance tractor for high beds or bushy crops. But regardless of the type of tractor needed, the major judging points presented here apply. If carefully observed in your selection of a tractor, you can be reasonably sure of making a good choice. Learn all you can about tractors and tractor performance. Consider carefully the maximum power needed for any job. Be sure to get reserve power for peak loads and versatile power for a variety of work. And then, in making your selection of a tractor, you be the judge.